What is up? I wanted to continue what I started and continue telling my coming out story bit by bit, 10 minute by 10 minute, but using every opportunity to try to inspire, to motivate, to tell anybody out there that's in the closet that they're not alone. We've all been through it. Um, and life really does get better. For me, I came out in my 30s, but I say that I came out at the right time, and yeah. But today I want to talk about my story is not linear. I just kind of gonna skip around and I'm gonna tell my whole story, but it makes sense and logic to me. But today I want to talk about my first gay experience and what was I going on back then. Because the first time I had a gay experience, I was still very much in the closet, and I wanted to talk about it in 10 minutes. so back in those days, I was in my teens. I was probably like 17, 18 years old. More like 16, 17. But anyways, no. I was 17 headed on 18 because it was during my senior year. But back in those days, I it was back in the days of the internet when it was starting and it wasn't very censored, and I had internet in my room, and I had access to all sorts of chat rooms, and there were two that I used a lot. I used the AOL chat rooms because they had local stuff, so you could talk to local people, and I used to go on the Yahoo video chat rooms from those days, where they were pretty much you could do whatever you want. There wasn't no nothing mediating, which was a bad thing because I was young, and I believe at those times those rooms really um, opened themselves up to predators, and I did things that I wasn't proud of, like like I exposed myself to people who were a lot older than me just because I wanted attention and they were asking for it and I wanted to experiment. And if I could go back, I would change that 100%. But anyways, in the local chat room, I'm from York, Pennsylvania, and there was a York Harrisburg chat room. I had met a young man named Keith, and we started talking, and eventually we did meet up and talked. This story does not have anything sexual because it's my first story, and yeah, I was too shy back then. But anyways, I met this guy and I really, really, really liked him though. And we vibed and we used to talk on the phone like all the time, and we used to talk on the chat room all the time. And I really liked this kid. His name was Keith. I haven't seen Keith since we stopped talking. And so if you're still around in York, hey, how have you been? I'm telling a story about you right now. But anyways, um, things with Keith were good. Like he was super special to me, and I had asked him to be my boyfriend, and he had agreed, and I was so excited, you guys. He just made me happy, and I felt like I was in a real relationship, and I felt like it was just amazing, even though we hadn't even we me and him never had sex, but even though we hadn't had sex or anything like that, it just the way he made me feel, like I felt all so special. But anyways, I was coming close to my senior year. Well, I was in my senior year, and we had talked about. He had talked about wanting to go to my graduation, and I didn't want him to. Not because I didn't want him there, but because I didn't want to come out to my family. And I kind of always felt weird about lying to my mom, so I didn't want to go like, yeah, that's my friend. And I don't think he wanted to be my friend there. Like he wanted me to be honest, and that just sparked a conversation between him and I, where he was like, look, like I know you're in the closet or whatever, but if you're gonna be in a relationship with me, you really gotta step it up. You gotta come out because I don't want to be hidden from everybody in your circle. And at the time, I was just not ready to come out. So I didn't come out. And I told him that I wasn't ready. And I told him that I wanted to be with him or whatever. And he said that that just wasn't an option. He was like, like if you want me to be in your life, You're gonna make me a part of your public life, and if you don't want me to be in your life, then you're gonna let me know, and I'm gonna get moving. And that's what happened. I couldn't bring myself to come out. I couldn't bring myself. I wasn't ready, and I didn't come out. And he walked away from my life that day. And I remember maybe like a month, 2 months afterwards, I had sent him a text message to see how he was doing, and he made it very clear that things between him and I were over, and he didn't want to talk to me anymore. So I mean, I was devastated. I was heartbroken. I was so upset, but I understood it. I understood what he wanted, and I understood he didn't want to be with me. So I pretty much erased the number, and I never saw or heard from him again, which is surprising because this is a shitty town, and for the longest time, I worked at a Walmart. Everybody goes to Walmart. But I never saw him again. I never heard from him again, and that was that. Um, it always left doubts in my mind as to what would have been. Obviously, my life turned out way different. I ended up, marrying a woman, which I mean, I did like women at the time. I like women still. But I ended up marrying a woman and staying in the closet all the way until about almost 2 years ago. So, yeah, but that's pretty much my story of my first experience. And do I regret that anything? Um, a little bit. Um, I always ask myself, had I come out, had I allowed, that to be a relationship and a public relationship, if I would still be with him, or how my love life turned out, if he was really the person that I was meant to be with. But at the same time, I don't regret waiting to come out, because I know for a fact if I would have came out back then, it would have been really tough for me. So I'm glad that I didn't, and I'm glad that I waited. And it did cost me dearly, because it cost me somebody who I really had feelings for, and somebody who I was really excited about being with. But at the same time, I did what was right for me, and I did what was right for my heart. And here I am today. And I can say on a day like today, I am 100% happy and satisfied with my life, and that's all that matters. So until next time, love you guys. Peace.